get set. Where them hands, where them holes, where them throws, you know what I'm saying?
And while they were here, they always wore masks.
So please, just get the damn vaccine.
Spoilers, 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 get out now. I'm calling this one, I know that Kenny is wrong. And I know that Kenny is wrong because I used to kind of be like Kenny. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is season 4 of Cobra Kai, the Netflix series. I am going to do a rant video offshoot talking about the 4th season and the character Kenny. So if you haven't seen Cobra Kai on Netflix and you don't want things to be spoiled, get out in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. All right. So let me, I can't believe I have to say this. As a disclaimer, I have no ill will towards the actor who plays Kenny on Cobra Kai. I don't have a problem with the actor. So let me say this. What's this guy's name here? What is, come on. I want to see the actor's name. Cobra Kai cast members. Let me pause this for a second. All right, so the actor is named Dallas Dupree Young. I have no problem or anger or animosity or negative feelings or anything bad for Dallas Dupree Young. Okay, Internet? Okay, Internet? I understand the difference between fiction and reality. So let's establish it. All right, so let me get to it. Now, I know that Kenny is wrong because I have been like Kenny. I've been in a situation when I was young and I had bullies, right? And I fought back against the bullies and I even beat a couple of the bullies. And let's just say I think I went a little overboard. And that was not the way to handle it. The reason why I got to say this is because there are people online, especially fans of the Cobra Kai series, who when they're talking about Kenny beating up Anthony LaRusso in the locker room, they can't see why that's wrong. They're like, well, that's what he gets. He earned it. He should have. He's just getting back at them for doing it, for torturing them, for doing what they want to do. Like, well, okay. We can file this video response to, I'm not the martial arts instructor for you. Because if you think that I'm going to endorse my students beating the ribs of somebody senseless because that person picked on them when that person was not attacking them, I'm not the instructor for you. If that's what you want me to teach your child to do, I'm not the instructor for you. If that's what you want to do, I'm not the instructor for you. Now let me start by saying I understand, because I am with Kenny when he starts to fight back a little bit. I am with Kenny when he does his ninjutsu, turn off the lights, beat the mess out of the bullies in the library. I have no problem with that. The school system will, and if you went to a school system like I did around that age, they probably would still suspend you for fighting. Okay? And that's one of those cases where I've told children, I've told them in front of their parents, and I've told parents in the fourth time in the long ago before COVID. If you want me to be mad at your child for fighting, I'm not going to be mad at your child if your child is defending himself or herself. I understand that people try to hurt you. I would discourage your child from fighting at all costs. But if your child gets suspended because they were truly being defensive and because the school just has a zero tolerance, I will tell your child, and I've told children and parents this, you respect the rules of the school. And if they say don't fight and you were fighting, you were just protecting yourself, you take that L. You take the consequences of being suspended. You knew that before you started fighting. You knew the rules. So if you don't want to stand there and let yourself get beaten, if you feel like it's not in the best interest of your health and well-being to let somebody give you a concussion so you won't get suspended, then you take that result of your action. But I won't be mad at you because I understand that there are times when you tell somebody to stop bothering you and then they punch you in the face anyway, because that's happened to me. I know I've lived it. So I won't be mad at your child for defending himself. So I will even go as far as saying when he ran by the camera and had tricked the bullies into coming to him, chasing him, and chasing to the library, and even when he leaned over just to rub LaRusso's face in the fact that he had out-strategized him, I'm still with Kenny on that. It's petty. Kenny should have just not said anything. But I'm with him on that. But where I'm not with him is when he has finally gotten to the point to where he is now a much better fighter than Anthony LaRusso. He's going to beat the boy in the ribs in the locker room for nothing. He was just taking out his frustration because he couldn't beat his mentor in the tournament. So he's going to take it out on LaRusso and then say, I'm coming for you and I'm going to be picking on you next year. I'm going to get you. I am going to bully you, right? Now, let me say this. Do I feel sorry for Anthony LaRusso? No, I do not. I do not. I don't feel sorry for him, even though I think that Kenny is wrong. Let's be clear. Kenny's wrong. But I still don't feel sorry for LaRusso. Now, if I ran into that situation with two kids like that, and if I knew the backstory behind it, I wouldn't come for Anthony. I say, well, I was going to cue Cat Williams, but you shouldn't have been speaking in fecal matter. I'll say that. You shouldn't have been talking it. You should have left him alone. That's what happens when you messing with people. They get tired of you. You get on their nerves, and they might attack you. That's the case. That's Bible right there. That's sow and reap. You ask me. That's sow and reap. You should have left that boy alone in the first place. So I have been Kenny. I have even been Kenny to the point to where I was being antagonized by people, and then there was a girl that was nice to me and was like, oh, don't worry about them, but I didn't crush on a girl or anything like that. I just thought she was cool. So I thought I was like, man, they really did their homework with teen dynamics, because when I was being picked on, there was a girl there that said some positive words, and there was a guy too. It was actually several people that said some positive words. So I'm glad they threw that in there. I'm glad they showed some teenagers helping out other teenagers. But of course on the show they're going to make it some kind of crush thing to have more conflict and drama, because that's what you do when you're writing good fiction. So shout out to not only the actors on this show, but to the writers. They are really just putting their foot in it on this one. Now let me make a prediction. Okay, I may be wrong on this. Okay, I think that what's going to happen with Kenny and Anthony, because the girl's name is Leah that Kenny's crushing on. So it seems like, from what I've read doing my research for this video, that Kenny has a crush on Leah. Leah may have a crush back on Kenny, or she's at least interested in him. She was also trying to be friends with Anthony, but she likes Kenny a lot more than Anthony. So she may just want to friend zone Anthony, but may have more love interest feelings for Kenny. So I'm going to make this prediction on life experiences that I've had. If Kenny continues to go complete psycho, Leah is not going to like him anymore. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be like, no, they always like the bad boy. They always like the bad boy. They're always going to run off in the guy and the douchebag and Chad and Stacy. No. And again, I could be wrong. From what I've seen of human nature and from what I remember of kids like that, she'll like Kenny. She might end up having some denial about his bad behavior, so might seem like she's going off, quote unquote, with the bad boy. But she's probably going to be repelled and scared of his psycho-ness, especially if she sees him beating up LaRusso for no reason, or just because, you know, he's just wants to torment the guy when he's clearly gotten all the payback anyone could ever hope for in life. Once Kenny becomes sadistic, well, he has become sadistic. Once he's acting on his sadism, and now he's tormenting LaRusso, if he does that in front of Leah, he's going to lose Leah. Maybe Leah would then start liking Anthony. But if I was the writers, I would make it so that she still doesn't like him, because she just ain't into him like that, and have him misinterpret her kindness for romantic interest to frustrate him even more. And then maybe he might get mad and like grab her too hard or something, and then she snatches it away, but she has a bruise or something, but she doesn't want to talk about it. And then Kenny sees that, and then he's got even more ammunition to go after Anthony LaRusso. So I'm just saying, I don't know if all that's going to happen, but I do think that if Kenny continues down the dark path, he's going to repel Leah, because Leah seems like somebody with some sense. So anyway, that concludes my I know Kenny is wrong. Just to sum up, you don't get permission, not from me anyway, to beat somebody half to death in the ribs just because you don't like them and because they did something to you in the past. Now, do I understand? Yes, I understand. I understand the motivation. I get it. Okay? I get it. I understand. But it's not right, and I'm not going to co-sign it. I wouldn't co-sign it for any student of mine. I wouldn't even co-sign it if the little black boy was actually one of my biological children. I still wouldn't co-sign that. So that's my opinion on it. And if you don't like that, then I guess I'm not the martial arts instructor for you. Thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this with people who like to talk about the martial arts and about Cobra Kai. And peace. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you.